I'm going to answer your questions about crypto taxes, and I'm going to talk to you like a friend that doesn't know anything about crypto taxes. So a lot of my friends are asking me these questions, the same questions, so I compiled them. I'm going to give them to you. I'm going to present them to you and answer them, and hopefully this helps you. If you have a friend that's asking you about crypto tax questions, you can direct them towards this video. So we're going to do this in FAQ format, and we're going to just jump right into this. So crypto taxes question number 1. If I sell my cryptocurrency and make money, will I get taxed if I don't take the money out of my account? So this is a good question. I hear this asked all the time. So here's what's being asked. You have a crypto account, and then within that account, let's say you bought Bitcoin for $10,000 and then you sold it at $60,000. So you made money, you made a good profit. The question is, if you don't touch that money, in other words, if you do not cash out, if you don't cash out and send the money back to your bank account for US dollars, are you still going to be subject to tax? The answer is yes, because it's about when the trade closes. It's not about when you withdraw the money. So what does that mean? So what I mean by the trade closing is that the trade is done because you bought and you sold. So the trade is complete. So after that, after the trade is done, that is the point. That is the event that triggers a taxable event. So at that point on, what you do with your money, whether you choose to have it remain in your crypto account or whether you choose to ship it back to your bank account for US dollars, that is your decision. But regardless, you're going to be subject to tax when the transaction closes, when the transaction ends, not when you withdraw the money. So I hope that clarifies it. But that's a very good question. So crypto taxes question number 2. If I buy Bitcoin and it goes up and I just hold it, will I need to pay taxes? So this is a good question, and what's being asked is, you bought Bitcoin or another altcoin, whatever it may be, and then it just continues to rise in value. Let's say you bought Bitcoin for $10,000. At the end of the year, it's $60,000, but you didn't sell it. Are you going to be subject to tax? In that situation, the answer is no, because the trade has not completed, because you only did one piece of it. You didn't do both. The transaction did not end. You just bought. You did not sell yet. So that taxable event has not been triggered. So what you're dealing with right here is you bought Bitcoin for $10,000. It increased in value to $60,000. That difference is an unrealized gain because you did not realize it because you did not sell your position yet. You did not complete the trade. So unrealized gains, they're not going to be taxed. They're going to be non-taxable events. But again, that's a very good question too. Crypto taxes question number 3. How much will I owe in taxes? So let me say 2 things. The first thing is that you're only going to be taxed on your profits. So I want that to be crystal clear. So again, we keep using the situation, we'll keep running with it. If you bought Bitcoin for $10,000 and you sold it for $60,000, then you made a $50,000 profit. You're not going to get taxed on the full $60,000 because the first $10,000, that was your buy-in, that was your principal, or that was your cost basis. However you term it, it's going to be the same thing. You're only going to pay taxes on the profits. So second thing, it's going to depend how much in taxes. It's going to depend on whether you're dealing with a short-term capital gain or a long-term capital gain. So let me explain this to you. Let me break this down for you. So a short-term capital gain is going to be if you bought and sold within a year. So 1 year or less. So it's going to be based off your holding period. So if you bought and sold and that whole time frame when you bought and sold was greater than 1 year, then that's going to be classified as a long-term capital gain. So it's within the names, short-term capital gains and long-term capital gains. So the difference is that there's going to be a huge tax difference between a short-term capital gain and a long-term capital gain. You're incentivized with lower taxes to have a long-term capital gain. I'm not necessarily saying that you should always go for long-term capital gains. However, I'm saying that long-term capital gains will be subject to much better tax treatment. And it's just based off your holding period, simply that, nothing more. So short-term capital gains, how much is the tax rate? The tax rate depends on how much you're making, your overall money, your overall income for the year. We're talking about everything. Money from your jobs, money that you make off stocks, interest, dividends, everything. So short-term capital gains, that's going to be your regular ordinary tax rates. So if you bought Bitcoin for $10,000 and then you sold it next day for $11,000, so you made a profit of $1,000, that's going to be subject to short-term capital gains because that transaction occurred in 365 days or less, so less than 1 year. So it's a short-term capital gain. That $1,000 of profit that you made, that's going to be taxed at your regular ordinary tax rates because short-term capital gains are taxed at your ordinary tax rates. So a lot of people, they say that, oh, short-term capital gains rates, that's like a penalty. It's like a disincentive. I wouldn't say so, not necessarily, because it's just being taxed at your regular rates. I would say that long-term capital gains rates, that you have an incentive and this favorable tax treatment, but it's not like you're getting penalized for short-term rates. You're just not getting the benefits of the long-term rates. So short-term capital gains rates, how much is it going to be? The answer is it's based off your total income. If your total income of everything you make is very little, then you might be paying taxes as little as 10%. But if you're making millions of dollars, you're going to be paying 30-something% because the more money that you make, then the higher your regular rates are going to be. So then again, your short-term capital gains rates are going to be at your regular rates. The long-term capital gains rates, again, this is if you bought and sold and the holding period was greater than a year. You're going to get better tax treatment, much better. So let's just say your regular rates, you're making a lot of money, your regular rates are like 35%. In that situation, your long-term capital gains rates, it's going to be like 20%. And let's say your regular rates are 28%. Then your long-term capital gains rates, they're going to be like 15%. Let's say your regular rates are 10%. Then your long-term capital gains rates, they're going to be 0%. They're going to be tax-free. So the long-term capital gains rates, they're always going to be favorable in relation to your ordinary rates. So you're incentivized for long-term holding periods, for long-term capital gains. So this is something very important that you should be aware of because if you have profits on a large amount of profits, then this could be a huge, sizable difference in tax consequences. So I just want you to know the difference between short-term capital gains rates and long-term capital gains rates when it comes to crypto taxes. Crypto taxes question number 4. What is the tax treatment if you are lending cryptos or you're using a trading robot? So a lot of beginners, they just think that you can just buy and sell cryptos and that's how you make money. But the more intermediate level or advanced crypto traders know that there's so many other functions that you can do with cryptos. So there's many ways that you can make money with cryptocurrencies. If you are lending out your cryptos, the tax treatment is going to be classified as interest income. So it's going to be no different. You're going to be lending out your cryptos. You're going to be getting paid interest, usually within that own cryptocurrency. So if you're lending out, let's say Ripple, then you might get paid interest in Ripple. But then you need to convert that, when you receive that interest income, convert that to US dollars at that point in time. But still, no matter what you're lending out, no matter what you're getting compensated, what form, whether you're getting compensated in interest in USDT or BTC or Ripple or whatever it may be, any altcoin, that's going to be classified as interest income on your tax return. If you're using a trading robot, those gains, I'm assuming that the robot's not going to be placing trades, buying, holding, and selling in a year. So I'm assuming that it's going to be high frequency going in and out, in and out. In that situation, they still will be short-term capital gains. So they're just going to be, I'm assuming that you're going to have, hundreds, if not thousands of those transactions, but all of them will be short-term capital gains. Crypto taxes question number 5. Can I reinvest my cryptocurrency gains to defer or avoid taxes? This is a very good question. A lot of people, what they're thinking, I understand what people are trying to do. For example, with certain asset classes, you can take the profits and reinvest it and avoid taxes or defer taxes. A good example is realty. So with real property, let's say you sold a rental property for a big gain, you could take those profits and roll it into another rental property, a like-kind property, and then defer paying taxes. This is called a like-kind exchange. You take the profits from one asset, you roll it into another asset that is of similar nature, and then you defer the taxes. The IRS has specifically and explicitly clarified that cryptocurrencies, you cannot use a like-kind exchange. A like-kind exchange rule is out. This has been tried and tested. The IRS does not allow this. So with cryptocurrencies, no, you cannot defer or avoid the gain like that with the like-kind exchange. Again, this is as straightforward as it gets. It was so black and white from the IRS. Crypto taxes, question number 6. Will the IRS know about my cryptocurrency activities? This is going to depend on where you're trading. Where is your account with? If your account is compliant with US rules and regulations and with the IRS, then the IRS and the government, they're going to know everything about your trades. Because if they are in compliance, if the accounts, the company that you're with, your brokerage account, your crypto accounts, if they're compliant with US rules, then not only are they giving you the information on tax documents, but they're also giving that same information to the US government, to the IRS. So they're going to know all about your trades. If it's not compliance with US or IRS reporting regulations, then the answer is no. The IRS, they're going to have no visibility about your trades unless they're trying to, like with the FBI, trying to track you through the blockchain with blockchain analysis tools. But I'm just saying straightforward, no, nothing gets reported to the IRS if it's like an offshore account or an offshore exchange or out of this country. They're not going to be compliant with IRS rules and regulations. So they're not going to be feeding information to the IRS. So no, the IRS, they're going to be in the dark if they are not IRS compliant. So crypto taxes, question number 7. Will my crypto account send me a tax form? So this is intertwined with the previous question. If they are in compliance with IRS reporting, if your company or where your crypto accounts is with, if they're compliant with US laws and IRS regulations, then yes, they will be giving you a tax form. A perfect example is like a Coinbase or a Robinhood. They're going to be like Robinhood. They're going to present you a perfect 1099-B. Everything you need to know or plug into your at-home tax software. If the company that you have an account with is not IRS or US compliant, then they're not going to be creating a 1099-B United States tax form for you because they have no reason to. They're not required to. Then why should they? They're not going to waste their time and energy giving you IRS regulated documents. Therefore, in that situation, it depends on your company. In the situation where you are with an account that is not in compliance with IRS reporting rules, then you're responsible for putting those trades together and then presenting that on your tax return. My recommendation is that this is how you do it. So if they're not going to give you the tax form, if they're not going to give you the 1099-B, what you can do is you can download your trades into a spreadsheet format. So it's a CSV file. You download your trades into that CSV file. It's like a spreadsheet. There's not going to be your private keys or your keys or anything. There's no sensitive information. It's just a listing of all your trades. With that spreadsheet, there's so many providers that they're going to take that spreadsheet, that data, and they're going to produce an IRS form for you where you can integrate that into your at-home tax software, or you can just attach that to your tax return. So from what I see, these companies, they're very reasonably priced. They charge from like $20 to $50 to take care of all of that. I will leave a link for a variety of those companies down below so you can, pick and choose whatever is more suitable for you. But, that is your responsibility if you're not going to get the 1099-B tax form. So I hope you're aware of that. And I wanted to leave you with some advice. If you have crypto losses, please do not neglect those because losses are worth their weight in gold when it comes to taxes because losses are deductions and deductions will save you money on taxes, which is real money. A dollar saved is a dollar earned. So I'm just saying that if you had a bad year, so let's say you lost $5,000 or more, you lost a lot of money or a little money, trading cryptocurrencies, investing cryptocurrencies, then please remember to report it, because that will give you a tax deduction for this year, or it can give you, future tax deductions to offset against your future crypto gains. So please don't neglect that, because if you don't report it properly in the current year, and then let's just say next year you make a lot of money, then you're like, oh shoot, I should have reported my losses. You can't just, if you already filed a tax return, then you filed improperly. Then you're gonna have to go back, and then you're gonna have to file an amendment and do those changes with the IRS and with your state. It's just a big headache. So you might as well just take care of it properly and get the tax deductions and have everything, just set up properly. You don't want to go back and just, unwind your mess. So that's just my advice with crypto losses. So those are my pieces of advice, and that's my, well, I'm really butchering the ends. I did this in one take. So this is my video about crypto taxes. If you have any other questions, please leave them down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and happy investing.